to get kind of slow and you run out of things to do. It is sort of simmy in a way. Like there's a lot of satisfaction just in doing something as simple as flying up to a space station and having to, go into your menu and request docking, and then you're cleared to land in this one, and you have to, navigate your way inside. And there's a lot of immersion. The game just sort of starts. It's not something you have to build up to. You're playing it from the moment that you sit down and you start flying around in your ship and doing all these things. But there is definitely something to be said for just space trucking and just hauling goods from one system to another, while this great soft soundtrack plays. The other cool thing about that game that was so neat is that there were actually radio stations. So it was like a little script that you could run in the background so that you would tune into, people would go and make these radio stations like Sidewinder Radio, and I forget some of the other ones, but it was specifically dedicated for this game. It would play sort of ambient or electronic ambient kind of music, like artists like Stellar Drone and Carbon Based Life Forms and Solar Fields. So it's keeping with that sort of space ambient electronic kind of theme that the soundtrack has. But then you've also got this custom made content where people are making fake commercials for ships and come on down to Bill's shipyard or whatever it was. Cool. And it was such a neat experience to sort of have that extra player component. But I think that is sort of I'm sure EVE Online is similar in that respect of it's a sandbox, and you're giving the player base is the ones that are having to come up with things to do. The first Star Wars MMO, Star Wars Galaxies, way back in the day, that's all there was the end game for that was, I have the best stuff in the game, I'm going to go RP, or I'm going to go take over this outpost, or I'm going to go find this weaponsmith vendor and I'm going to buy the gun off his vendor, and then I'm going to shoot him with it because he's a rebel piece of shit. There was nothing to do in the game. Anything that you wanted to go and do was something you had to come up with. And I think that Elite Dangerous is similar in that respect, and it seems as if EVE Online is the same.
Well, it seems like Star Citizen is primed to be the next sort of big, epic game that tries to combine all these elements from all these other stuff like EVE Online and stuff like that. It seems
when
like
the fuck's that coming out?
Exactly. That is the craziest fucking thing that we don't need to get on a tangent here, but yeah, that game is super fucking crazy, and its ambition and what it's trying to do. It seems like the ultimate game, but again, when is it coming out? It has millions and millions of dollars of funding, but I don't know. It looks super appealing every time I look into it. I'm like, this looks cool, but it just seems like a little chunk of what you would want. I don't know. I don't know if it's actually possible to deliver on something on the scale that you would expect from something like that.